will learn today through this video everything you need to know how to change your thoughts, how to create new emotions in your body, and how to create a new reality. The fact is that there's no room for the unknown in predictable life. The unknown is the present moment, and we will talk about that later. But being predictable is not how the unknown works. The unknown is unfamiliar, uncertain, but it's also exciting because it occurs in ways you cannot expect or anticipate. So let me ask you, how much room in your routine, predictable life do you have for the unknown? By staying in the known, following the same sequence each day of thinking the same thoughts, making the same choices, demonstrating the same programmed habits, recreating the same experiences that stamp the same networks of neurons into the same patterns to reaffirm the same familiar feeling called you. You are repeating the same level of mind over and over again. In time, your brain becomes automatically programmed to do any of the particular sequences more easily and effortlessly the next time and then the next time and so on. As each of these individual steps merge into one complete step, thinking a familiar thought of an experience of somebody or something at some place in some time will automatically create anticipation of the feeling of the experience. If you can predict the feeling of any experience, you are still in the known. For instance, the thought of having a meeting with the same team of people you have worked with for years can automatically cause you to call up the emotion of what the future event will feel like. When you can predict the feeling of the future event because you've had enough past experiences to make it known to you, you are probably going to be creating more of the same. And of course, you are right. But that's because you are the same. By the same means, if you are in the automatic program and you cannot predict the feeling of an experience in your life, you will probably be hesitant to engage it. We need to look at one more aspect of thinking and feeling to get the full picture of what's happening when you keep living in the same state of being. This thinking-feeling loop also produces a measurable electromagnetic field that surrounds our physical bodies. In fact, our bodies are always emitting light, energy, or frequencies that carries a specific message, information, or intention. By the way, when I say light, I am not just referring to the light we see, but to all spectrums of light, including X-rays, cell phone waves, and microwaves. In the same way, we are always sending and receiving electromagnetic energy. Here's how that works. When we think a thought, those networks of neurons that fire in our brain create electrical charges. When those thoughts also cause a chemical reaction that results in a feeling or an emotion, as well as when a familiar feeling or emotion is driving our thoughts. Those feelings create magnetic charges. They merge with the thoughts that create the electrical charges to produce a specific electromagnetic field equal to your state of being. Think of emotions as energy in motion, which emotions are. When someone experiencing a strong emotion walks into a room, their energy, aside from their body language, is often very palpable. We have all felt another person's energy and intent when they are angry or very frustrated. We felt it because they were imitating a strong signal of energy that carried specific information. The same is true of very sexual person, a person who is suffering, or a person who has a calm, loving energy. All those energies can be sensed and felt. As you might expect, different emotions produce different frequencies. The frequencies of creative, elevated emotions like love, joy, and gratitude are much higher than the emotions of stress, such as fear and anger, because they carry different levels of consciousness, intent, and energy. So, if we are recreating the past day after day, thinking the same thoughts and feeling the same emotions, we are broadcasting the same electromagnetic field over and over again, sending out the same energy with the same message. From the perspective of energy and information, this means that same energy of our past continues to carry the same information, which then keeps creating the same future. Our energy then is essentially equal to our past. The only way we can change our lives is to change our energy, to change the electromagnetic field we are constantly broadcasting. In other words, to change our state of being, we have to change how we think and how we feel. What is the best solution to change how we think and how we feel? It's actually up to us, because every individual can change it by its own. Nobody can force you to change your thoughts, which eventually will change your feelings. But you can force yourself to change your thoughts, because sometimes it is not an easy way. And for our bodies, it's much easier to stay in that known place where we can predict our future thoughts. And only by that we can change our future, because we are all the time in that predictable place. So, if you want to create something new, if you want to get out of the program in which you are living in, that means that you need to change your thoughts to greater thoughts that you have right now. And as I promised you, we will find out how to change our thoughts. We can change our thoughts if we set our attention on what we would like to think about. And I will explain you also how we can then change our emotions and feelings in our body, which our thoughts will create then. So again, I will share with you a practice how we can change our thoughts. And thoughts are the basic for creating new life. Thoughts are the roots for our reality. The easiest way to change our thoughts is just to close our eyes. We can close our eyes and with breathing calm our body. We make a few deep breaths to calm our body, to give our body a signal that it is safe. And then we slow our breathing, and that's how we can raise the energy inside our body. Our energy in our brain will slow down, which means that our unconscious mind becomes more open to recreating the program which is based in our mind. So, when our body is calm, we can now start to be conscious about what we are thinking in that moment. Think about what you are thinking right now. Maybe if you can play backward how your day looked like. What were you thinking through the day? Think about what you were thinking. At that point, you will become conscious of your thoughts. And this is a great success. When we became conscious of our thoughts, we learned by that our reality looks exactly how our thoughts are. What kind of thoughts are playing in our unconscious mind all the time? That is our reality. So now we can change those thoughts. Now when we are focused on our thoughts, we can change them. So now, when you are still in that zone of calm, peaceful state, you can start creating your new thoughts. What you would like to think about now, in this moment. What you would like to think about when you will be going through the day. You can write your thoughts down, because it will be easier to remember them. Grab a piece of paper if you can, a pencil, and write your thoughts down, the thoughts that you would like to think about them. And don't make too much of them. Start with little, start with maybe 3 to 5 thoughts, which will be the main thoughts that you will be think about. I will be giving you an example. I am open for receiving money. Then the next one can be, I am attracting a positive people into my life. And then we can create another one. My life is a beautiful creation, and I'm creating every single moment with my thoughts. So if we can repeat those thoughts every time in a day when we become conscious about what we are thinking, that means that we are reprogram our program, which means that we are creating our new reality. And remember this, it will not happen soon. It will not happen tomorrow. But you are creating it, and if you will stay patient, it will happen. And there's so many results. There's so many people who are talking about that. In my life, I experienced many of those manifestations from my thoughts. And I can promise you that it works only when we are working on it. So I would like to encourage you, because we are going into a new year, 2020 is coming. Let's start today. We don't need to wait till the next month to start something new. We can start right now, because all the changes can be happened right now. So every moment when we become conscious of what we are thinking is a great success. That means that you are stepping into the unknown place, and from the unknown you can create anything. So I will also explain you now how everything works. Our thoughts start signaling the energetic waves through our brain to our body, and our body starts to express those waves through the emotions and feelings. Emotions, like I said before, are energy in motion. And what that means? Energy in motion means that our body starts to signaling our thoughts to the field, to the quantum field of infinite possibilities. And with quantum field of infinite possibilities, I want to say the unknown place. Because it is unknown, because we can't predict it. And what we can't predict it, that means that we are staying open for new great things. When we say that something bad happened to us, that means that we are thinking about our past, that something bad happened to us in our past. And that is prediction, something bad will happen to us, or this doesn't work, or I'm afraid of doing that, and my friend told me that this don't work. This is the predictions, and predictions are based on our past experiences. So I will tell you again, I will passionately tell you again that if you want to create a new future, if you want to go out of this program in which you are living right now, the only way to do that is to create it from that unknown place where you can't predict your future. You can just stay open for the infinite possibilities, and whatever it will come from the unknown place, it will be one of the best things that ever happened to you. I promise you that. And I'm sure that you can find many of people on this channel by commenting down that experience the same. I'm sending you all blessings and love, beautiful people. I'm wishing you an awesome new year with the infinite blessings, infinite manifestations. Let it be the best year ever.